Yeah, why were those security guards stood down mid-shift at the Novotel hotels?
Well, no, it's really clear to be detailed about this. Victoria Police provide security. Private companies don't provide security, and the Alfred has made that clear. You've got Corrections Victoria, they are running that program. You've got security provided by Victoria Police. You've got cleaning, for instance. I don't think anyone expects members of Victoria Police to be cleaning rooms, so you've got a company that is employed to do that work. And you've got then Alfred Health, who are providing healthcare, obviously, welfare, some of those other important functions.
So what were those spotless workers doing if they weren't providing security?
They weren't providing security, and Alfred Health's made that clear. They were providing, I suppose you could say it was an extension of welfare work, I would have thought. You know, they're in place, someone needs something, if there were an issue, they would go and alert Victoria Police, for instance, and they would deal with that issue. That's the understanding I have.
And they got sent home halfway through or midway through the shift?
Well, and Victoria Police have taken their place. And
why did that happen? Sure, but sending workers home before they've concluded their shift isn't really consistent with the transitional process, is it?
Well, again, this is what's occurred. That's the advice I have. I can't provide you any further background to that.
The health workers told The Age that she fears that the practices of spotless staff in hotel quarantine could spark a third wave of coronavirus. She says, quote unquote, when international flights start again, Victoria will be screwed. How and why do we still have poorly trained casual workers working in hotel quarantine, particularly when you've personally assured us that these environments are now being treated like hospitals?
I don't necessarily agree with the conclusion you've drawn about the quality of training or the...
This health worker does.
Well, there's an unnamed health worker. She's entitled, whomever that might be, to have a view. That's not the advice that's been provided to me in terms of training and in terms of the terms under which those people are employed. That's not consistent with the advice that's been provided to me.
So just to clarify, you're saying Victoria Police were guarding the hotel. Spotless workers who are security staff were there as a support staff, not for security, and that they were removed halfway during their fitness.
I would refer you to the Alfred Health statement, which makes it very clear that they were not providing security.
But they are security staff hired by...
Well, no. Then if you're not providing security, then you're not security staff. The statement of Alfred Health makes that very clear. Victoria Police are providing the security there, Alex. They are providing the security there. And
Is this something that the ADF could do, possibly? Why are we still using casual work staff when there's clearly consistently problems when we have offer of additional
Alex,
staff?
I don't think the ADF are going to be cleaning rooms. So I don't think Victoria
but you
Police...
said these people weren't cleaners. You said that they were
supporting
Victoria Police.
That's right. And again, they're not
providing... So are they cleaners, or are they security staff, or are they support workers? Which one are they?
Well, as I've just said to you, have a look at what Alfred Health has said. Alfred Health has made it very clear they don't provide security. So they're not providing security. The site is secured by Victoria Police.
And why again did Victoria Police come in and take these people off their shift in the middle of the shift?
Well, there's a plan to a new set of arrangements that's unfolding.
You're not seriously expecting us to believe that it was part of the plan for people to leave their work mid-shift, though, are you?
Well, again, I can't provide you any further details than I have. I'm more than happy to ask the question for you and provide you with whatever further information I've got.
Confident that we have learnt from the mistakes that were made the first time round and that those mistakes aren't still being perpetuated in that environment?
Yes, I am.
What gives you that confidence given what we've read in the papers today?
Well, I've got advice. I haven't got... When people provide me advice, they actually put their name to it, which I think is really a very important thing. I'm not having a go at anybody who decides to speak to a journalist. That's everyone's right. But I don't think there's an equivalence between a comment, as you've taken me to, and the advice that I've got from various departments and agencies.
On hotels again, can you confirm when police went into Novotel? Because Alfred Health have told us just of an hour ago that cleaning staff were being used as floor monitors.
I can't confirm that, but I'm more than happy to try and come back to you.
So do you know when police were a presence there?
No, I can't give you an exact time, but I'm more than happy to have someone come back to you.
You also refers to Alfred Health's statement. They've just confirmed they haven't put out a statement. Who told you that those staff were not being used?
I understood that they had made a statement.
They haven't made a statement.
Well, I was advised by my staff prior to this press conference that they'd made a statement.
The Department of Justice and Community Safety has made a statement, but Alfred Health has said nothing.
Well, that's not the advice I have. But I'm not wanting to have an argument with you, Candice, so that's the advice that I have.
So who told you that they weren't being used as security personnel?
My staff have indicated to me that Alfred Health had clarified that matter. I'm happy to check it, but that's the advice that I was provided before I came into the press conference.
They've just texted us saying that they heard you talking about the statement, but they haven't put one out.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether you want me to be doing any more than what I've just committed. I've just said to you, that's the advice I have. If that advice is not correct, then we'll come back to you. But that's the advice I was provided.